So this is a video responding to some guy on YouTube called Crowbcat and his video about Cyberpunk. And it's just a terrible video, you know. You can see here it already has 3.9 thousand dislikes, and that's pretty bad. So everyone knows his video is terrible, and it's obvious that from a lot of his critiques he doesn't understand what makes for a good RPG. But I just want to toss in my 3 cents and let you know what's wrong with this terrible video, you know? Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and leave a comment below telling me what you think of Cyberpunk.
I'm not allowed to show you my own gameplay footage. I can only use footage provided by CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red wouldn't allow us to use our own recorded gameplay for this review.
Nope. We have our official video review coming with our own footage as soon.
So he seems to be saying that game companies shouldn't tell reviewers that they can't use their own footage. And I don't see what the big deal is. A lot of people really suck at the game, and they just don't want reviewers using bad gameplay in their reviews, making the game look bad, you know? I don't see the problem here. Other game companies have done this before, and that means it should be okay here too.
Check this out.
Okay, so here it's like he's suggesting that these blocky characters and T-posing characters are a bad thing in the game, but it's like, you know, you're following Jackie in this mission. You're looking at him, and he looks fine. There's this pink light up here, and that's really pretty, so like if all the characters don't look so good or they're standing in a T-pose, I don't think that's really a problem. That's not what your attention is supposed to be on. Like here, this guy, why would you look at him like this? Cyberpunk isn't a game about looking at characters on the street, you know? Like, look at the city in the background. That's the cool stuff. If this was me, I'd be looking at that, not turning the camera to look at some dude. It feels kind of like he's exaggerating this stuff just to try to make the game look bad. I mean, it's probably just because he doesn't understand the game or he sucks at RPGs. I don't know. This stuff, I don't think it's a big problem. It's just an example. You can imagine what goes here. It's not a big deal. Cars move fast, so you won't even really notice it. And this is just nitpicking, really. They're far away. Why does this matter? They all have car shapes, which imply that they are cars. And that's exactly where they're supposed to be, right? Why is this a problem? Oh, and hey, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and leave a comment below telling me what you think about Cyberpunk.
We've greatly enhanced our crowd and community systems to create the most believable city in any open-world game to date. The city's streets are bustling with crowds of people from all facets of life, all living their lives within a full day and night cycle.
Okay, like, what's the problem here? It looks just like what they showed. It's just a bunch of people walking around in the street. There's no difference. Some of them turn around, but maybe they forgot something, you know? I mean, I've done that. Yesterday I was walking to the kitchen to make some eggs, and I forgot my rubber band gun. So I turned around and got it from under the sheets, put it in the front of my pants, and went back to the kitchen. Does that make me a bad NPC? I don't think so. And again, this game is about being immersed in the world. It's an RPG. You're not supposed to be looking at all the people that inhabit this place. That's stupid. This part isn't a big deal. It's kind of artistic, you know? It's like that scene in season 3 of Twin Peaks with the woodsman in the convenience store. It's cool. It's probably a tribute to that, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. These guys walking around on stuff, I mean, it's the future, right? They probably have shoes that can walk up walls and wall phasing technology. All of this stuff is easily explained by the futuristic world the game takes place in. Flying cars too. Haven't you ever seen Back to the Future 3? Flying cars all over that movie. This burning car is actually totally realistic. I witnessed a car crash like 15 years ago, and when we were all on the side of the road exchanging information, another car came flying by and crashed into the stopped cars, and it exploded into fire and kept running down the road in flames for like another mile. So I don't think this is a big problem, you know? It's really believable. And these things here are probably just futuristic holograms. They could easily be. And here, we're doing what? Following this guy? Why? You could be having fun doing something else in the game, and you're just looking at this guy? He walks in and walks out. So what? Maybe he forgot something, or he got a text message in there and he's got to go. I'm sure there's a reason. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and leave a comment below telling me what you think of Cyberpunk.
Get the kid, man. Yeah, about time, Holmes.
You very focused on PC and current gen consoles.
Our full attention is on current gen consoles and PC.
Okay, so everyone is talking about how Cyberpunk isn't good on the last gen consoles, but how is it ever going to be? You're stupid if you think this game was going to be good on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It doesn't matter that they announced the game even before those consoles came out and marketed it through the entire console generation, released a Cyberpunk version of the Xbox One, stated that they're making the game for that generation of consoles, and took millions of pre-orders for them. If you bought it for those consoles, you're just an idiot and you deserve to lose your money. Again with these glitch videos, this stuff doesn't matter. That's not what a game is about. You're supposed to be focused on the story and the characters and the beautiful world. People are acting like this game is supposed to be like GTA or something. It's not GTA. This is an RPG. He just keeps showing all these glitch videos. This stuff doesn't matter, you know? I didn't notice any of this stuff, so I think these guys are probably just PC modders who are making the game look bad on purpose. Okay, so now he starts comparing Cyberpunk to these stupid non-RPG games like Saints Row and GTA. Like, how does this look better? I think he's trying to show the physics of the explosion or something, but like, who cares about that stuff, you know? Physics was a boring class in high school, and just look at how much better the graphics are, bro. It looks so good. Who cares about stupid stuff like physics? Again, this game is not GTA. This is an RPG. You can't compare Cyberpunk to all these non-RPG games. It's not fair. They have nothing in common, really. Like, come on, water? You care about how water reacts to bullets and stuff? Why are you shooting the water, bro? There's no enemies there. These games are old as hell. That's why they do that stuff. It was impressive to show water physics back then. They had to do it. This is a new game in a new generation. So they're leaving that old stuff like water physics behind because no one cares. He's showing that cars don't react to you pointing guns at them, but like, why would you do that? This is an RPG. You don't need to be pointing guns at drivers. This guy is so desperate to make Cyberpunk look bad, I'm honestly kind of embarrassed for him. And yeah, cars don't move if there's something blocking them, but that's a good thing. CD Projekt Red wants you to be able to easily get back in your car and continue on your way without drivers trying to get around and cause problems. It's a really good design choice. And a Lego game? Really? Come on. You're talking about games for babies now? That's pretty sad. This isn't even an RPG, so I don't know why you're showing how the traffic works in that game. You shouldn't ever compare game mechanics unless two games are exactly the same. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and leave a comment below telling me what you think of Cyberpunk.
All the little choices that accumulate through the game, no playthrough will basically be like another.
95% of the dialogue options that you get are meaningless.
As you can see.
Okay, again, what's the problem? Dialogue choices don't actually need to be choices, you know? Like, just because you can pick all these options doesn't mean they need to mean something. You're just supposed to feel like you're having a conversation. Do you think about the impact of every sentence you say when you're talking to people? I don't. I don't think about any words that come out of my mouth.
Mesh is a secure system for storing equipment and can be accessed from all of your available safe houses and vehicles.
All safe houses and vehicles, it says.
Right now, at the moment, we're not planning, for you to buy different apartments because, Cyberpunk's a very story-focused adventure.
Cyberpunk is an RPG at heart. I can't stress that enough. People have been doubting that, but actually
So is this really a problem for people that they said you could buy different apartments, but you actually can't? I mean, that's more realistic, isn't it? And realistic is always better. People don't go around buying different apartments in the same city. That's stupid. Again, just looking for problems where there aren't any.
even Witcher was.
I couldn't even find a way to figure out what level an enemy actually is. So you never know exactly how easy or how difficult a fight is gonna be.
This is an RPG, so before we...
Okay, so not knowing an enemy's level is actually more fun because you'll go into a fight thinking you're prepared for one thing, and then because you don't know the enemy is actually a high level, you'll die and have to do it again. That's called replay value.
You actually start off being a completely different person. Now, what is important with that is we actually take that through the whole game, and we did our best in the quest team to support all those three, I would say, main ways to go through this story. And of course, player can mix and match anytime, any way he really wants. But it's something that we take from the very beginning till the very end.
The life paths have no impact on how any of the story plays out and are all just really short, really stilted 20-minute intro sections that all end with the player watching the exact same cutscene no matter what you pick.
Yeah, but you have a different origin, That's why the story is actually different. It doesn't matter if they go through all the same paths and the origin doesn't affect how the story goes. You're a different person if you come from a different place, Like, if you're watching The Matrix and Neo doesn't come from an underground hacker scene, instead he's like a farm boy. If Morpheus takes him out of the farm world and into the Matrix where everyone is free and fighting the Mechatrons, it's the same story, but the character is different. Therefore, the story is different. Okay, so you can't open the doors to these places, but you want to know why? There's nothing in there. That's why it's closed. If you could go in, it would just be empty rooms with nothing to do. So why do you want to go in there? This is so stupid.
And endless lies.
Now he's complaining that you can't order food. So, food doesn't do anything in this game because you can't eat it. So why would you want to order food that you can't eat? The rest of the video is just more stupid stuff like this, so I'm gonna stop here. You get what I'm saying. This guy obviously doesn't understand RPGs, Like saying the driving is bad and the combat is bad and the NPCs are lifeless and it's full of glitches and the dialogue choices don't mean anything. Like, it's an RPG, I feel like he's totally missing the point. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and leave a comment below telling me what you think of Cyberpunk.